All right, now we're into section 4, talking about the top 10 storytelling techniques for memoirs. So if you're ready, we're just gonna go right into it. Now, number 1, you guessed it, show don't tell. As we've discussed earlier, showing versus telling is a powerful tool for creating an immersive experience for your readers. It helps with the details, the dialogue, descriptive language. You use all these to show your readers the key moments of your story. Number 2, use dialogue. Now, we've talked about this. Dialogue is super important, and it's a powerful tool for bringing your characters to life, to making them real to your reader, adding depth to your story. You would use it to reveal deeper character, to advance the plot line, and convey emotions. Now, that's a big one. Number 3, use descriptive language. Now, descriptive language is another powerful tool for creating that immersive experience for your readers. Use it to paint vivid pictures of the settings. Remember, not too vivid. Let the reader use some of their own imagination. But describe the characters and the emotions. Remember, the emotions more than anything is where you really can pretty much never go too deep. Number 4, use flashbacks. Now, I don't think we've talked about this yet, but flashbacks can be a really powerful way to reveal backstory, add depth to your story, and sometimes, just to fill in where you may have left a gap and it doesn't make sense to go edit it back in. Using a flashback can help with a lot of things like that. Don't use them too often, though, because then you may confuse your reader because you're going back and forth, back and forth. But it does help at times. Don't hesitate to use flashbacks. Number 5, use metaphor and simile. Now, we've talked about this. It's very important that you help your reader use their own imagination. You don't need to spell out every detail to them, but give them a trigger for them to visualize, because their visual and their emotions will engage better and faster and deeper if you give them the opportunity to, make some of their own visuals. Number 6, use suspense. Suspense is a really powerful way to keep your readers engaged and interested. You use it to create tension, build anticipation, and keep your readers kind of on the edge of their seats. Well, what happened next? Well, what happened? You don't want to necessarily leave a cliffhanger where they can't wrap up the story at the end, but you do. I think almost all readers really want to be kept guessing a little bit, and then they can go on that journey with you, and they're wondering, they're curious, they're in suspense. Number 7, use humor. Humor is a great tool. It's really powerful for breaking up tense moments, adding levity to your story. Sometimes if there is, I don't, some sort of an abuse or something like that, you can get really dark and low, and your reader and you could really benefit with finding a moment, that somehow lightens the air a little bit. And that humor is a really important tool. If it doesn't come naturally to you, I challenge you to work on that a little bit, because humor really can be a great way of working your way through. It's not escaping necessarily. You don't want to only laugh about things, but if you're being authentic and honest, then sometimes you do need to just find a way to laugh. Number 8, use repetition. Now, you probably see me doing this here, and the reason I do this is because it's very important that you repeat some of the vital things, because most of our minds, we don't remember everything at the first time that it passes through us. So sometimes people need to hear it 3 times, 5 times, 8 times. I've heard as many as 11 or 13 times. I'm not going to do that to you, don't worry. But, you know, use repetition in your story on those vital moments, those vital points that you're trying to make, because you need to emphasize certain moments or experiences that you really want to make sure that your reader is with you on. Now, number 9, use sensory details. And you know, we've talked about this. It's like anything, the sight, the smell, the taste, the touch, anything that you can describe of those within reason. Like I said, remember, we want the reader to take what you feed them and then to finish it on their own. So make sure that you're giving some sensory details though. The if you're world building like in a sci-fi or something like that, I know that's not a memoir, but if you're doing something like that, then you may need to get more detailed into, you know, how many colors are in the sky. And maybe in your own memoir, maybe you have this one sunset that changed your life, and maybe in that one sunset that changed your life, maybe you do want to describe all of the colors and describe how they were arranged, because if it changed your life, that sunset is worth talking about. But any other sunset, just talk about the emotion that it evoked and let that be the description. So you want to use those sensory details, but not go overboard with it. And then number 10, use symbolism. Now, symbolism is a powerful tool for creating meaning and depth, you know, like most of these methods, but you want to use it to represent ideas, emotions, themes, and to connect with your reader on a deeper level. So I know that I threw that out at you pretty quickly. There is a lot to digest. I encourage you to bookmark this or subscribe, like, and come back and refer back to it. There is a lot, and I know that there is, but it's all very important stuff that will help you build the foundation of your memoir. So with that, I challenge you, get out there, have fun, and let your creativity soar.